Hey DC collectors, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a massive look at a brand new trio of figures hitting the shelves from Mattel. We've got the all new 12-inch basic scale Batman, Superman, and the Flash. Now look, I know some of you might be thinking, Ashley, these are budget-friendly, large-scale basic figures. Are they really worth a spot on the shelf? Well, today we're gonna break down the articulation, the details, and whether or not these three figures belong in your collection. So let's get to it. Here are the three figures out of the package, and I will say I'm a little surprised and a little let down by a few things, and I'll get into that in just a second. First off, let's talk about the sculpts on these guys. Now the sculpts are pretty good. I will say the Flash is basic. There's no texture to the costume other than the boots and the head, and I think we'll see this particular sculpt for quite a few figures if they continue releasing figures in this line. Superman comes in second just because he has a few suit details that you can actually see in the sculpt, like on the arms, on the stomach, and on the quads. Just little lines that kind of separate pieces of the costume. And the belt is obviously sculpted as well. And then you have Batman, who has lots of detail. He goes above and beyond compared to the other two. There's quite a bit of detail in this Batman figure. Now, all three figures feature the same articulation, so we're just going to pull one out and we're going to look at the articulation on that particular figure. We're going to start with Batman. Of course, the head will turn side to side, and it's not on a ball, so it's not going to get any tilt, but it can look up slightly. It can slightly look up and look down fairly well. As far as arm rotation goes, it can go all the way around. He can get a decent T-pose, as you can see. Not the greatest. Looking at the hands do rotate all the way around. That's it for the arms. There is no elbow joint. There's no bicep joint. Just the shoulders and the wrists. He also doesn't turn at the waist. There is no waist movement. He can kick that high. Again, can't get his leg up too terribly high. Splitsies, it's okay, not the greatest. Doing the Van Damme, he can do a pretty good Van Damme. He can split wide fairly well. The one thing you will notice, no knee joints. Nothing at the knee to help him bend, which is sad, because this would have been a really nice figure if he had some knee joints. I mean, it would have been really nice. Now, he does swivel at the boot, so he can do a 360 at the boot, just like all the figures. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about are the capes. Looking at the package, I thought these capes would look absolutely horrible. I thought that they would go the route of Spin Master, but no, they didn't. They actually look pretty good. I mean, if you check Superman, the cape flows kind of down behind him really, really nicely. This is plastic right here, but then if we turn him around, you can see there's like this collar piece here and the rest of the cape flows down. Now the material is softer than that of the Spin Master stuff. It's very thin. You can see my hand or my finger. Well, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but with the light on it, I can see right through the cape material. But still, it's fairly nice and it looks really good. A lot better than I thought this would coming out of the box. Same thing with Batman over here. I'm really impressed by the capes. It's a far cry from what I thought it was going to be when I was looking at it in package. Now the paint app is where these figures sort of fail. Get an up close look at Batman. For the most part, it's really nice. You can see they did inkjet printing on the face, which is actually pretty slick. You can tell because of the little pixelation around his lips. The eyeballs are, I can't tell, but I think they are inkjet printed too, but it looks like they were a little off. Like this one eye is a little, they went up, not down too far, they just didn't coat the complete eye, the eye slit like they should have. The logo looks fantastic, and everything else on Batman is black, but the belt is a solid kind of PVC plastic. The Flash is where this is really noticeable, and you can just see the smudge lines on the lightning belt or whatever it is that are painted on. Not real good. Not real good. But again, this is a $12.95 figure. You can see right here some of the sculpt. It just, the red kind of bleeds over, or they didn't cover the yellow properly like they should have. Not a fan of some of this. You can also tell, well, I don't know if the camera will pick it up all that well, but there's some red bleed through in some of the logo. And I don't know, it's really one of those things you have to get close to see it, but you can see it. The head on this guy, again, inkjet printing, you can tell because the eyeballs look really good and pixelated. Looking at Superman, he has a fantastic sculpt. I just love that face. Look at the chin. It just screams Superman. Inkjet printing on the eyeballs, the lips, and maybe even those eyebrows, maybe. Again, a little sloppiness here on the belt, but like I said, for $12.95, I'm not going to complain too much because these are toys that kids will play with and they will absolutely love these things. So we're going to bring in the only Spin Master figure that I currently own. That is this Guy Gardner from the Superman movie. Now, he was priced at $10.95, which is $2 cheaper, but the normal 12-inch Spin Master figures are a little bit more expensive. They're in the $20 range compared to the Mattel figures, which are that are $12.95. Now, with this $10.95 figure, you get a great sculpt, but I will tell you, the Batman, woo, take a look at the detail on Batman's legs compared to the detail on Guy Gardner's legs. I mean, the tininess to this sculpt here, I don't know how they did it. It almost makes it look like fabric, but it's not, which is just, it's mind-blowing. But for $10.95, you get a lot more articulation than you do on these figures. So the Mattel figures, if I'm counting correctly, have 9 points of articulation. You've got neck, shoulders, wrists, legs, boots. With the Spin Master figure, you have 11 points of articulation, but those elbow joints really should count as more than one because they spin as well as go up and down. So you have neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, legs, and knees. I would have loved, absolutely loved for Mattel to put knee joints on these guys and elbow joints. That would have been crazy. They would have been the best figures ever in this scale at that price point. I would even say go up. You don't have to go 20. Let's take Spin Master out. You don't have to go $20. Go $17. Put knee joints and elbow joints. These figures would have been freaking-tastic. Now, I don't know if you do that and that's considered collector item at that point, and then maybe they're competing with McFarlane. Maybe down the road somewhere, Mattel will introduce knee and elbow joints on these figures. I don't know. Time will tell. Now, if you really want to grab these figures at $12.95 a pop, I will leave a link in the description below to Amazon so you can grab these. But I really want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment down below. Which of these three is your favorite? Do you collect a 12-inch scale? Or is this basically kid fodder to you? Let's get that conversation started. If you like this review, hit that like and subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. You can check me out at dccollectors.com each and every day for the latest DC Comics toy news. Check me out on social media at DC Collectors on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. Don't forget to leave that comment about whether you're going to get these or not. All right, folks, that's it. God bless.